Is no continues. My name is Juice. I am joined by my co-host and great friend Ben Duzo. We got a real fun one for you guys today, especially if you're Nintendo fans. We're gonna be talking about 2024, and we're gonna look forward to the future. We're gonna look forward to 2025. We got a whole bunch to go over and more. But first, Ben, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you, Juice?
I am doing great as well. We're right in the middle of the holiday season, right? So, of course, wishing you all the best out there. Well, Merry Christmas. Have a safe, happy New Year. Uh, all that good stuff. Hopefully, you get some good games to play through the holiday time. I know, Ben, I'm pretty sure you saw Sonic 3 over the weekend.
Yes, I
Give us a little,
did.
how did you enjoy it?
It
Give me a little
was
taste of what I'm in for.
so. I'm a big Sonic fan. You know that. Like I live and die for Sonic.
You
I
live
grew
and
up with
dies
it.
by the
Yeah,
blue blur.
by the blue blur. So I love Sonic to death. So I went to see the movie. It was absolutely amazing, but it is amazing to a fan. The plot is
Yeah.
not that great. It's still a kids movie at heart. You know, the jokes does not land that much for me. So I was just like, but like without getting into spoilers, the last 40 minutes of the movies rocked my world. Like it was the most amazing thing I could have seen in cinema. Like I don't know, it was just so good, and it was just like a love letter to Sonic Adventure 2, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So it was really great, really really great. Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
it's
it.
funny. I've never seen the movies. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm a big Sonic fan
You
too.
should.
I'm gonna try to watch them quickly, and then hopefully Mags and I can get to the theater and watch some Sonic
Some
3.
Sonic 3. The
I know
only
there's some pretty hype moments I've
yeah.
heard. So
Oh, pretty yo. I almost
I don't
yelled. Like
even know.
I was the only one hyped. And I went with two of my friends, and like I was the only
Sure.
one really hyped, but like even my friends were like the last 40
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
they were hyped. Like
Mm.
it's like their childhood, you know. It's everyone's childhood. It's I don't know. It's really good. I would say beware of the second movie. There's a lot of subplots that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. Like it's good, but at the same time, it is so long that it's a little bit boring at the same time. So just yeah,
Little heads off.
little heads up, little heads up. Yeah.
Well, before we get into the big Nintendo stuff, let's start with what are you playing? What are you playing these days, Ben? What are you going through during your little holiday time?
So right now I'm playing it through Sonic Heroes because my copy of Shadow the
He's in the
Hedgehog,
hype.
which is right here, died. So I tried to stream it today, and it just died. I was playing it on stream, and it just stopped working. So I had to do a quick 360 and play Sonic Heroes. So it was good. It still fits with the whole Sonic movie and stuff. So I don't know. It was fun, and on my own time. I'm saying that, but I'm still creating content out of it. I'm doing a playthrough of Symphony of the Night, which is on my PS1, but my PS2 on my CRT. So it's really fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's very fun. Yeah. How about you, Juice?
Oh, I've been pretty busy this week, so I didn't have a ton of time to play. But what I did played yesterday. I played with Mags. We played Tetris Effect Connected. I don't know if you've played this one before.
I played a little bit when it was on Game Pass. I don't know if it still is, but this game is trippy. Like it puts you in a sort of trance where you keep playing Tetris over and over again. It's I don't know. It's a very weird game, but very addictive one. Like it's fun.
Yeah, Mags and I we had a great time. It was she's better at puzzle games than I am. The music was great. It really sounded good coming out of, especially if you have a nice like sound system. We have a pretty good sound bar, so like it was like
amazing.
Definitely like whoa.
Yeah.
I also found, I don't know, maybe it's my Tetris skills. Mags and I both agreed it was kind of difficult.
It is.
Because there's a like a co-op, I guess, adventure mode that we were working through, and it was kind of difficult. Like we were like kind of having some trouble, but we'll definitely play through it a little bit more again, it's hard to. Tetris is fun at the end of
It's
the day.
hard to
It's
hate
pretty simple,
Tetris. Yeah. It's one
you
of the
know. So
greatest puzzle games of all time. Actually, it is the greatest puzzle game of all time.
yeah,
Like,
I'd say.
there's no really competition here. Like, it's just good, and it's a good version to play Tetris. It's a good version to
Oh
just
yeah, it's
chill,
yeah.
relax, and just play Tetris. But do you know if there's an end to that game? Because I've always wondered. Like, is it always
Yeah.
going through a loop,
Mm-hmm.
or it ends at some point?
I know there was that one kid that beat the NES version
Yeah,
recently, where at a certain point the game just
just
doesn't have
stopped.
enough information and
Yeah,
it
and
stops.
it like yeah,
So I guess there is really no end to
Tetris.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Whenever I see professional players, they're insane. That's always the
They
craziest.
do
They
like
look like they're
the little like they
yes,
roll with the. It's really weird. Like
it's crazy.
it's
Yeah,
really weird how they perfected the way to like
yeah.
move your pieces. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like when you watch people with Rubik's cubes that are
Yeah,
really good with it. Like
yeah,
they've perfected it. Same thing with Tetris players. Like they've perfected the way to play that game. So,
exactly.
but yeah, we like puzzle games. You know, we like Suika game a lot. So we enjoyed this. We'll probably play it some more, definitely in
Yeah.
over the holiday time.
By the way, quick. Have you ever played Panel de Pon?
Like not Panel de Pon. I've played like
Like
Mean
the
Bean Machine. So like
yeah
we've
the
played that too. I bought it from Mag specifically. It was whatever the
Tetris
Tetris and
and Puyo
Puyo
Tetris. Yeah,
Tetris. Yeah.
which I bought the. What I used to do back when it came out, when the Switch came out, is I used to download the demo, and whenever we had like Christmas holidays and stuff like that, you can play Tetris. So like everyone would just play Tetris. It was like a free way to play Tetris, which was really nice. But yeah, I bought the second one, and I don't know. It's good, like it's really good. It's just I'm not a big fan of Puyo Puyo. I know a lot of people are, which for me,
I like Puyo Puyo. It's fun. It's it's just a puzzle game though. So if you're expecting a whole bunch out of it,
yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those ones where if I'm in the zone, I'm pretty good at it. I'm better at that than Tetris. But...
Oh shit! I can't understand Puyo Puyo. Like I'm really like, because like you need to create like lines on top of the other ones to make sure that they fall into place. Oh,
exactly.
It's weird.
There's a lot of like setting up.
Yeah.
And there is setting up in Tetris, but not like Puyo Puyo. You need all these four to combine essentially. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Tetris is a little bit more simplistic in his
I agree.
setup. Like you only have to make Tetris,
make the line,
make the line. So either side or in the middle, like you just have to make a line. That's it. So
yeah. So that's what I've been playing. I got some other stuff that I have been wanting to play, but we'll get to that and talk about that next time. So we got some big stuff to talk about. We're kind of in that weird spot where we're right at the end of 2024 and really approaching the beginning of 2025. So we're going to do both. It's a 2-for-1. So we're going to look back and we're also going to look forward. So let's start with 2024. We're going to talk about the major releases, give a little 2 to 3 minute review on the games. There's also a couple extra stuff when it comes to Nintendo that happened in 2024. Like, do you have any general thoughts about this year? What, like, if you were to tell somebody, you know what, Nintendo's 2024 was blank, how would you describe it?
I think, for me, look, we both are really big Nintendo fans, but for me, it was underwhelming. That's the word I would describe Nintendo this year. I understand that they're preparing for another console. I understand that they're really gearing up towards the Switch 2, but still it was a little bit underwhelming. A lot of remakes that we wanted to see happening, I feel like, but still lots of remakes, lots of meh game in a way. Mario Brother, whatever. And so yeah, for me it was underwhelming. I think and that I think we're going to talk about later, but I think they've done a lot of things to prepare for the next generation, and we have access to that stuff now, which is really cool. But other than that, it's not enough for Nintendo to have a great year. Like they didn't have a
Yeah.
presence over at the Game Awards. They didn't have a presence over like there was not a lot of Nintendo Directs this year.
No.
They were a little bit underwhelming. So underwhelming. And yeah.
Yeah, I would say like similar. Like I thought it was fine.
Mm,
I think for the most part, at the beginning of 2024, Nintendo probably thought that they would have their next console out by now
probably, yeah.
in the holiday season.
Yeah.
But definitely we heard about like midway through this year, they were like, we have to push it. So
Yeah.
it feels like they had to shift a bunch
Mhm.
and make things work for this year.
Yeah.
But as we go down the list of games, I think the phrase you're going to hear a lot is, yeah, it was good.
It was like, yeah.
Nothing, you're not overly positive about it. You're not like, this was amazing. This is the
Yeah.
best game ever. There may be a couple, but yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of fine.
There's a lot of
We've seen last console years be way worse. I think. Like if you look at like the Wii U's year in like 2015 and 16, those are really bad years.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
But obviously, this was definitely a year to just kind of keep them steady for obviously this year coming up, right? So
Yeah.
But let's go through the list, go through the major releases from start to finish, give a quick little review, synopsis as to how we thought about the game, if we played it. We'll start right in January with another Code Recollection.
Oh.
Did you play this? Did you buy it?
Oh. It is a game that I really want to play, but no, I have not played it. I have not bought it since, life is expensive. You have to pick and choose nowadays since, rent to pay, stuff like that. So I have not played it, but I have it in my store and I'm eyeing it. Like, I'm eyeing it like candy because I know I'm going to enjoy that game. The problem is still $60. Like, still $79.99 for us in Canada, which comes out to like $91.97, which is almost like
it's almost $100.
Yeah, it's almost $100. Is yes, like we have our tax break right now, which is like 5% off, which still doesn't make that much of a difference. So I don't know. For me, it is a game that I'm gonna it is probably gonna be a game that I'm gonna buy on sale, or if I can find a used copy somewhere and just put it in my backlog and play it whenever I have free time one day. So yeah, how about you? Did you buy the game?
I did not. Out of all the games on the list, this is like the only Nintendo one I didn't purchase.
Oh, okay.
It's probably one I will get to buy because it seems like it's going to be one of those games that becomes hard to find.
Exactly.
Right. So I'll try to see what I can do. But yeah, I don't really have any opinions on the game. It's obviously a remake of two games, actually, the DS and the Wii ports that came out obviously many years ago. This is definitely a game for the fans of these games, which is obviously very small.
Yeah.
Very I've heard those fans very niche. I heard the fans very much like this game, so I'm happy for them. Again, I'll probably get to it. But these kind of like point and click adventures, they definitely sit on the back burner for me for a lot of times. So, don't really have. This is one game I actually don't really have a review on. So
one thing I will say about this game that I've heard about, which I cannot say, I cannot say for a fact because I haven't played the game, but I heard that the game is quite different from the actual two games that released before. So
okay, all right. So maybe some.
Yeah, so the Wii game and the DS game still holds some value to someone that likes the series, which is really fun because they actually like distance I don't know to explain it, but they made it so you don't have like you can go back to the original and still have a different experience, which on this one, which I feel is really nice, honestly. Like quite a lot of things have been changed in the remake, so
that's interesting. Cool. Okay,
yeah, it's really cool.
All right, so in February we got Mario versus Donkey Kong, the remake. I did buy this one. So Mags and I played it. We played it together. I really liked it. I had a fun time with it. I like the original a lot. I like Mario puzzle
Mm,
platformers. So I really enjoyed it. I know the price is definitely the thing that bothers people the most. Here in Canada, it's $64.99, so it's a $50 game in the States.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree. It's probably too expensive. This should probably be a $50
Mm,
Canadian game slash
yeah.
$40 American.
49.99. A good 49.99.
Exactly. I enjoyed it. Is it like mind blowing? No, but yeah, we had fun.
Yeah,
We had fun. Obviously, the main complaint is the price.
the price. Yeah, so for me, it's funny because I replayed the original before it came out. I didn't know it
Hmm.
was coming out, and then a Nintendo Direct happened, and I played the original when before. So I did not buy it because first, yeah, the price is very expensive for a
Yeah,
remake of a two
GBA
a
game.
GBA game. Which look, Link's Awakening remake 79.99, which I think it's worth every penny of it because it's very, very good. But Mario and Luigi is not in the same caliber as this game. It's a really good game, but it's a game that you play once maybe, or you
Yeah,
play like once in a while. Like it's not a play that you're super hyped to play, that you want to play. Oh my god, like this game is gonna come out, I'm gonna play it like all the way through 5 times. No, it's not that type of game. So that's why
yeah,
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting to like to find it super cheap to buy it because I really love that game. This game is very good, but I'm
yeah.
especially a fan of the Game Boy one, which is Donkey Kong.
Yes, the 94.
Yeah, the
Yep.
94, which I think it's one of the best game on Game Boy. So,
Hmm.
and it's like the direct sequel in a way of that game. So, pretty much the same mechanics, pretty much the same thing. So, yeah, it's a really good game. It's just too expensive. And y'all have to understand too that where we live, we have a lot of taxes.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but like we don't have like 2 or 3% taxes. We have like 15% taxes. So if a game is
exactly.
49.99, it's gonna end up like 57 or 58. Like I'm joking, I'm
Exactly.
exaggerating right now, but like it's gonna be a lot more money than we think. So we have to keep this in consideration when we buy games. Unfortunately,
Yep. I would like to see more Mario vs. Donkey Kong though. So
yeah,
if
okay.
they ever got time, they
Yeah,
should
a sequel
push a
would
little
be
more.
nice, but that's the thing. They've done a lot of sequels of this game, but they've
They have, yeah.
always did the Nintendo thing with these changes. They changed everything
Yeah.
about the game, or they made it like touch
They added the
control.
toys. They added, yeah. Just make it a puzzle platformer.
Yeah,
Keep
just
it
just
simple
make the
for me.
same thing but better. Like we're gonna like
Exactly.
it anyway.
All right. In the following month, in March, we got Princess Peach Showtime. Did you buy this one? Did you play this one? Did you play the demo at least?
I played like 2 minutes of the demos and I was bored, to be honest. It is definitely a game for kids. Like
Exactly.
it looks very easy, very like not a lot of thinking in this game. Like lots of the puzzles are pretty much in your face all the time. Like it does not look like a game that I would enjoy per se. But for the sake of the collection, I would want to buy it someday. It's just right now it's still $80, which
Hmm.
yeah, and Nintendo are known to not put their game down for years and years and years. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait on it until it goes down, or I find it used, or I find it in a lot or something. So did you
Yeah.
buy that game? Yeah.
So, yeah, we bought it. We got it. Mags and I, mostly Mags played it.
Mm.
I did play the demo and I played a little bit of it. Yeah, it's a fine Princess Peach
Yeah.
left to right 3D 2D esque
Oh, okay.
game, right? You know, because it's not like really like it's like Mario 3D world, but from left to right. Like
Okay.
it's not as open as that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It looks good. It ran pretty well, which is something we'll obviously get into with other
Yeah.
games. It is made for a younger audience, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Obviously that seems to be like a big point with this.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was fine. You know, it was all right. I wasn't like blown away by it, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
Would you think it's worth is $90 price 80 $79 price tag?
Tough to say. Um, I would say like wait for a sale for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
I think for Boxing Days, I don't know, but I know for Black Friday it was on sale here in
Yeah,
Canada.
it would probably be worth it then.
Yeah, like especially if you have children, I think
Exactly.
it's a game to have to play with children. Like yeah.
Alrighty. After that, we got a weird one, and that was Endless Ocean Luminous.
Oh yeah, this
Did
game.
you remember this one?
Yeah, it like
Yeah,
broke the internet for like 2 minutes. Not broke the
because everyone was
internet,
like,
but
"Whoa,
yeah,
I
everyone was
totally
like,
forgot about Endless
"What the?
Ocean."
Oh, sorry. What the hell is this?" Like everyone was like, "Hello," like, and turns out like it's an established franchise for Nintendo. It's not like a one off that they did. I think they've made another game on the 3DS. I think.
There was
Or on the
definitely two on
Wii.
the Wii.
Yeah,
I remember that. There was 1 and 2 on the Wii. So
yeah,
this is like the third home console game, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
Which
So
is
yeah,
weird. So
it is a little weird.
I have not bought it. Like I did not even know this game existed. I'm a pretty big fan of like the profile picture that Nintendo sells in a way with like
Yeah,
silver
through the
coins.
points. Yeah.
So like I saw it and I was like, huh? And then I went on TikTok and it was everywhere for like 2 seconds and I was like, huh? What is this? And then I heard that it was a Nintendo made game and I was like, what? No, so yeah, no, for me it is not a game I'm gonna pick up for sure. Like it is
Yeah.
not for me.
So I have it. I mean, I am sort of a collector, so
Yeah,
like a lot of these I do end up getting at some point.
is it a physical
The thing
copy
about
though?
yeah, I had a
Oh,
physical copy. Yeah, there's a
oh,
physical copy.
now I'm interested then.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
$64.99. I will say the game didn't review great,
yeah.
but whenever I go into the reviews, a lot of times they're like, it's not really a fun game per se. And it's like this game is definitely more of a chill, relax. You're literally just in the water looking at fish
Oh,
and trying to find new fish to put into your log, right?
okay.
So I think if you're going in looking for something really intense
Mm,
or more gamey, yeah, you're gonna give this game probably a
mm.
bad review. But if you understand what you're kind of
Getting into?
looking for
Yeah,
or
yeah.
getting into, then it's a pretty fun time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a weird release. I like when Nintendo
Yeah.
does weird stuff, so I was okay seeing this.
But I would
But
rather them doing weird stuff than just I don't know.
then Princess Peach Showtime.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, but it's, for me, Princess Peach Showtime is on.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I like the weird, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it. I am into this game, but yeah, if you require some sort of like more gamey game, you should probably avoid this one.
But what I will say about that is, like, speaking of weird games, I know there's going to be a title that we're going to talk later about, which I am very glad that they did, because, like, if Nintendo was not going to that weird direction sometimes, or just, like, being just super creative for the sake of, they know they're not going to make money out of it. They know they're not, it's
Yeah.
just them pushing themselves to do something else, you know, which I think is very nice. And yeah, the game that we're going to talk about later is, I think, a product of this too. Like it's something like just out of nowhere that nobody expect, and they're going to just have a great time with it, you know.
So later in the month, literally same month as May, we get Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, the GameCube remake. I love this game. I played it a ton when I was younger. This is one of my favorite games of all time.
Agree?
Obviously, one of the big complaints is that it was 30 frames a second. I really didn't care. I thought the game still played amazing. I thought this is one of the best looking Switch games. And yeah, I love it. This is one of the best games Nintendo has ever made. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. So if you have not purchased it, this is definitely my call to be like, go buy this game. It's fantastic.
No, I totally agree with you. I bought the GameCube version like last year. No, 2 years ago actually. Yeah. So I did not grow up with this game. I bought the GameCube version and I played, I think, halfway through, and I absolutely enjoyed it. But you know, life happens. You have other responsibilities and stuff like that. So when I heard that it was announced on Switch, I was stoked, but the 30 FPS kind of bothered me all the way
Oh, it did
through.
bother you?
Yeah,
Oh man.
because I have the, the slip cover, which
Oh, that's
is,
so good. I know
yeah,
I tried to get that.
yeah,
I
which
should have I
is,
should have went to a GameStop.
yeah.
I know,
So
doesn't it look amazing? Isn't that fantastic?
yeah,
Yeah.
it looks pretty. Like it looks really
It's
pretty.
unreal. I know. They knew what
It's
they were doing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just for me, what killed my experience with this game is the combat were so long compared to the original. I feel like the
Oh, yeah?
original is better
Mm,
than the Switch version,
yeah.
which I would rather go finish the game on GameCube than on Switch because I couldn't finish it because of that. Like I was too bothered by like the load time, not the load times, but there's certain animation that you can't skip in the game, which makes it like very long for no reason, and I just ended up just putting the game aside and just never play it anymore. But it's a very 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 good game, and if you haven't played the GameCube version, don't let that bother you. Actually
Yeah,
play
I wouldn't.
the Switch version. Like it's more accessible,
Exactly.
and I feel there's some quality of life improvements too. Like
There definitely are.
yeah,
There's one mission in particular
yeah.
that there is uh an improvement on.
So yeah, as like Juice said, if you haven't played this game, if you are thinking about playing this game, buy the Switch version, play it.
Please do. Yeah.
You'll absolutely love it. But if you've tasted the GameCube version, I feel like it's hard. Recently, I mean, not like when you were a kid. Recently, like I feel like it's hard to go to that version, honestly. But yeah,
I would say still buy it just to let
yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
know we want this, please.
Yes,
Please.
exactly.
No more silliness. Just give us this, essentially. This combat, this humor,
But like,
please.
just like enough with the stupid gimmicks with Paper Mario. Like
That's
Origami
what I mean.
King.
Just give me this, please.
Yeah, Origami King, I think was gorgeous, and the dialogue was clever.
Yeah,
really
Origami
good.
King's dialogue was funny. I had some laughs.
But I don't want a puzzle game whenever I get into a combat and there's basically no reward at the end. Like, yes, I understand that you had to get money to get items to progress because like battles were getting so much difficult that you had to add items. But still, I want an experience system. I want to be able to build my character. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's better that way.
Last point before we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
The reason I like this remake is the GameCube port was so expensive and ridiculous.
Yes.
There was no, like, it was just insane. So having this out there at an accessible price point and stuff, it actually made the game lose a little bit of value.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because this game is so expensive.
Because
you don't even have the best sellers version, right?
No,
like
I bought it $150 Canadian. Okay.
I know, it's insane. It's ridiculous.
2 years before release, now it's like a $70 game.
Yeah, like I've seen that too, where like
and
it lost like
if you're
30 to 50% of its value.
Exactly, and if you're like someone that knows how to haggle or knows how to look to certain places to get games cheaper, like Marketplace and stuff like that, you'll get it for $40 maybe or $50. Like it is not impossible. Look, just a comparison, like. They're exactly the same.
So good. I know.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Like it's crazy.
They knew what they were doing. Yeah, it tickled my heartstrings for sure.
No, I know.
But yeah, definitely go buy this game. This would be the one that this was my favorite game
for this year. Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to June. We got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I bought it.
You streamed it actually.
I did stream it for a bit. Yeah, I streamed it in October.
It was great streams, honestly. Like great streams. You should go watch Juice streams once in a while.
Here's the thing about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I actually surprisingly didn't play it that much on the 3DS.
Yeah.
I played it for stream. Played through a decent amount of it. It's fun. I still think 1 is just a much better experience. And I haven't played a ton of 3, but I feel that 3 is also way better. So it's kind of like this issue where I like this game, but I know that the other 2 scratch a better itch for me. So the game's fun. Obviously, I'm never going to tell you not to buy a Luigi's Mansion game. They're fun. They're a good time. Um, but I really like 1 and 3. So
No, but I agree. I haven't bought this game because I have it on 3DS and I played a little bit of it on 3DS, but I could never go past the first area, I think. So for me, and recently, I know I'm always talking about retro games, but recently, like not even a year ago, I've replayed Luigi's Mansion 1 on GameCube
so
on my
good. It's so
CRT.
good.
Like, I cannot tell you enough how much a CRT changes your experience on old games. It's
Yeah.
crazy, crazy, and I I did it in one night. Like it,
Yeah,
it
it's so
all the
good.
way through.
It's not a
Not
very
one.
long game.
It's not a very long game, but I couldn't put it down, and it is a
Yeah, it's
very big
great.
problem with me. Is I since like I have a lot of responsibilities, like we create content and stuff like that. I have so little time to play video games outside of streaming, and this game, it is one of the only game this I would say this year and last year that I could not put it down. Like
Yeah.
even though I had stuff to do, I was like, no, I have to finish it. It's so good. Like I was locked in. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. With where Luigi's Mansion 1 and 3 are way better games than the second one. I think it is really nice to have it on Switch since
Agreed. Yeah.
you know it's another Luigi's Mansion game. It's a good game. I think it's good for kids too. Again, the price annoys me a little bit, but it's Nintendo. You expect a certain seal of quality whenever they do a game. That explains a little bit the price tag, but for me, I can't justify it enough to buy it anymore. Like that's why you'll
Yeah.
see that most of this year I haven't bought most of the games because like I just decided to make a choice to be like I can't be spending that much money on these games for like basically a game that is I have on 3DS. So I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
So after that, in July, I don't know if you remember this one, but it's the Nintendo World Championship NES
Oh
edition.
yeah, yeah.
I have the collector's edition.
Same.
I would assume you do too.
Yeah, of course.
It's got the gold card in it. I haven't opened it, obviously.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I've actually never played this
I
one.
same.
Um,
I
um,
never played it.
the price point is pretty cheap. Like I think it's like $29.99 or something like
Yeah.
that. So you can get it pretty cheap. If you don't know what this is, essentially it's like it's like NES Remix kind of, where
yeah.
there's like fast NES challenges that you have to beat, and you're trying to beat them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You'll go up against other people around the world and stuff, against their ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Fun little surprise, nice little eShop game, I would say. Doesn't do anything overly amazing in my opinion, but
Yeah.
this will be a fun. We should definitely try this one and play this one together, I think, because
Yeah, I think
surprising, we play a lot of party games together, and this
Yeah.
one we haven't gotten into.
But
yet.
I didn't know it was multiplayer though. That's the thing.
I thought it was. Yeah, we have to check.
Yeah, we have to check, but that's the thing. I totally agree with you on that. Like, it is a fun little game. It's priced very, very well. I feel like for
for
that type of
Nintendo
game.
especially.
Exactly, and I think the special edition is not even a full price game. It's like
Like
$69.99, which is
yeah, I can't remember what I bought it for.
amazing for a game.
It comes with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's like not postcards, but like cars or stuff like that. Like there's the gold NES card. I opened mine because I wanted to try it, but yeah. I will say though that I think it's a downgrade from NES Remix. Because NES Remix had so many things going for. You had a mix of games. You have like Link and like Mario, or like Kirby and like Metroid. It was very, very nice to see. And actually the game ran at 60 FPS instead of now. I don't know. Honestly, I know that all of their ports on, not the ports, but their Nintendo Switch Online games run at their original speed. They don't have enhancement on it, so still an emulator at the end of the day. So yeah, I feel like it's a downgrade. I haven't played it. I've seen people play it a little bit, which looks okay. It is definitely for the fans, this game. Like, it's definitely for the older fans. So no, I'm glad they went that way. I'm glad it's priced nicely. Like, I have nothing to say about this game. Honestly, bad. It's just it's an okay game. It released, nice special edition.
It definitely came and went very quickly. But After that, in August, we got another weird one. Emio the Smiling
Mm-hmm.
Man, the Famicom Detective Club.
Yeah.
This is the third game in the series. Nintendo did remakes of the first two games. That would have been like 4 or 5 years ago already. It was a long time ago
Yeah.
already, like really early on. Um, this is a point and click adventure game. It's rated M, I'm pretty sure. So this is like Nintendo's first, big boy game, really. One of
Yeah,
their
it
first
is.
ones.
It
Yeah.
is rated M.
Yeah, it's rated M. Yeah, it deals
Holy
with
shit.
murder and stuff. So, yeah, definitely one of Nintendo's firsts. I have a copy of it. I think I'm gonna get into it next Halloween, though.
Oh.
I didn't get into it this year. There was too many things on my plate.
Mm.
I think you're the same way, right? You
Yeah.
got a copy, but kind of saving it for the right
I
time.
got a copy, and yeah, for me it was more of a deal situation in a way. Like,
Yeah.
I got it for super cheap, and I know this game is never gonna go on sale, never in his life, and it's even, and it's never gonna be available anymore. Like, nobody, no store has it.
Yeah.
Like, it is a very rare copy. People are gonna. That's the thing.
It'll be like another Code Recollection.
Exactly, but I think it's gonna be a little bit more of that,
Yeah.
because it is a very, very niche game when you think about it. Like, very niche game. So yeah, and that's the game I was talking about when Nintendo decides to go in a weird direction.
Yeah, keep doing weird, please.
Yeah, keep doing weird, because this, I want more of this. Like, I want more of this. This looks
so do I.
absolutely. Look at the back of the
know,
game.
the
Like,
back?
it
I know.
looks creepy. It actually gives me chills. Like, and especially like the whole marketing stunt that they did. Like,
Yeah.
it was really nice. Like, I want to see Nintendo doing more mature game. Like,
So do
please
I.
bring back Eternal Darkness, please, please.
Yeah, I think if there's anything that this one game proved is that Nintendo can do M-rated games. Like, we're kind of giving them permission. It's like, you can do this. You
do it,
like,
please.
please go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
So we'll see where this leads. See if we get any more stuff.
Yeah.
In the future.
But
So,
definitely a boom for a game.
definitely
you
a
know?
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the boom meter, it is a boom.
It
I
is
would
5
assume.
booms
I
out
would
of
say.
5. I feel like.
So we're down to the last 4 games, but pretty much the next 3 games are what I would say are the big games for the year, the big holiday games for this year.
Yeah.
They were all shown off in the single Nintendo Direct. There was only one Nintendo Direct, if you think about it. In June, there was a Nintendo Direct. In February, I believe it was a mini Direct.
Yeah, there was a mini.
And then in August, it was a partner showcase. So there's only one Direct this year, and all 3 of these games were shown off, and they were like, this is this year's holiday game. So we'll start with in my opinion, probably the biggest one of the 3, and that's The Legends of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. You and I have both bought this. We have both played it. We could probably talk about this game for a lot.
Yeah.
But what did you think of Echoes of Wisdom?
Okay. So that might be controversial. I'm going to start by saying I know I'm going to get criticized for it. But for me, Breath of the Wild is not a masterpiece. And because I'm saying that is because the evolution of Breath of the Wild is Tears of the Kingdom.
He did not bring the boom on that one.
Yeah.
The boom was not brought there.
No, boom is not brought. I love Breath of the Wild. I was super hyped. The only thing that I think happened is I was so hyped that I got disappointed with the lack of direction the game had.
Sure.
For me, I need direction in my video games. I need something to push me forward to actually, like, I need that little candy, you know? I need that Metroid type thing where you get something and then you go to someplace else and you...
Sure.
So, for me, that disappointed me, and the lack of, like, actual dungeons disappointed me in Breath of the Wild. So, with that in mind, Tears of the Kingdom came out. I think it was a great improvement. I actually love it better than Breath of the Wild. I still played like 350 hours of Breath of the Wild, and I loved it. But playing Tears of the Kingdom, there's still that feeling that I'm missing of direction. Like, actually, having a sense of purpose in the game. I know it's
like
weird.
Some guidance at least.
Yeah, some guidance, or like, I feel like every item,
almost. Yeah, like something. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like every items that you get, there's no value. There's no like meaning to it. There's no punch to it. Like it's just, oh, it's there. Okay, I'm gonna create something with it, and that's it. It's like always. It's like resources that you're gonna never gonna see again if you use them. Like I don't know how to explain it properly, but yeah. So I was pretty hyped for Echoes of the Wisdom, and I feel like it is the exact same formula as Tears of the Kingdom, but in a top-down perspective, which lost their sense of like direction. You still have more direction in this game, but every item that you get is meaningless to me in a way. I like the game. I haven't finished it, but the first half of the game is just very, I don't know, it's not that great for me. I feel like, again, you have a like you're lost on direction. You're kind of put there, and you have like all of these echoes that you can do. You can fight the bad guys the way you want, but I like when a game gives me a direction on how to do things. Like, hey, you should do this to fight that guy. And if ever I'm more intelligent than the game, then I'm gonna figure out another way to do it. But I like how it's pre-established in a game. So yeah, for me, I don't know. It's kind of Tears of the Kingdom, but in a top-down perspective, which is great. But I feel like they're experimenting a little bit too much, Nintendo, on that size, and I would like them to come back to their original formula, or just maybe make a mix of both, like having actual items that helps you progress and helps you like discover new area, instead of having like just a sandbox of a place where you can do everything from the beginning of the game. I just find it boring at the end of the day. So yeah, that's my thought of Tears, Echoes of Wisdom and Breath of the Wild and Tears. Like, I think it's like a trilogy of games.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way.
Yeah, they're like tied together in a way in their mechanics. Yeah. So I can't wait for Nintendo to go in under direction, because like I'm a little bit tired of it, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm a little less harsh on Echoes. I like top-down Zelda more than 3D Zelda, which is weird because my favorite game of all time is a 3D Zelda game.
Yeah, which is Wind Waker.
But sometimes I like I don't know. Everything feels really structured when I'm in a 2D Zelda game. I enjoy this game. I enjoy the mechanics, but I enjoy it for just this game. Like, I'm not sure I want to see it again.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it for this game. My only gripe really with the game is the performance. And I'm not really a stickler for frame rate. Like, I didn't mind that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door was a lock 30. I thought it ran all right. It was fine. It didn't bother
because
me.
It was locked.
Exactly. Yeah. So this game is 60 frames uncapped. Ooh. So yeah, usually it's 60 frames a second. But the problem is, once stuff starts happening on screen, like there's enemies and stuff, the game drops to like 24 frames.
Yeah.
And that really bothered me.
Yeah, no,
I'm not usually someone that notices that stuff, but after playing for about 2 hours, I was like, this game is jumping around frame rate like crazy. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit. People said that was happening with Brothership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. Like,
no.
At all, really. But Echoes of Wisdom, it was super noticeable, and it really bothered me because everything would be moving buttery smooth. Everything was moving great. And then all of a sudden there would be 3 enemies on screen.
And the game would chug. Yeah.
And I'm chugging. Now, I think this game was meant to come out later than it was.
Really?
And the reason I say that is, I think the moment you put this game into the next console, it's going to be 60 frames uncapped. It's going to only
I get what you're saying. Yes.
You know what I mean? But given the situation that this game was probably supposed to release around the same time in this holiday season before the console eventually got pushed. Yeah, this feels like it's tied to the Switch and they decided to make it 60 uncapped, but it should have been a lock 30.
It should have been a lock 30. No, I agree
lock
with you.
30. That's
I
the only thing that really bothered me.
that like I remember it streaming it the first day it came out, and like I was getting out of a cutscene and the game would like drop to like 24 FPS, and I was like, oh my god, like what is
Yeah.
going on here? And I was just going out of a cutscene. There was not a lot of thing going on stream.
No, I know.
So yeah, but I will agree with you on that I like the fact that there was more direction in this game. Like
Yeah.
yes, since it's a 2D, it's a top-down Zelda. There is more direction in a way, but still, yeah. Eh.
Now, yeah. So I don't think this game is bad at all.
No.
I really enjoy this game, but I think I'm taking a pause on it because I've only done like 2 dungeons.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna try it again next year.
Next year?
When the new thing comes out, because if it runs at 60 buttery
Mm.
smooth, I'm gonna enjoy it more there. So I'm kind of putting a pause on it. So
yeah, and I'm usually the guy who completes his Zelda game like 100%.
same.
But I
Yeah.
could not finish it. But I would live. I definitely wanna come back to it. It's
Get back
just
to it, yeah.
backlog is so great, and like yeah.
Well, we got another big one in October, and this one you and I could probably talk all day about as well.
Mm.
That being Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh,
Ben, my wife and I, we play pretty much every Saturday night.
Mhm.
We play Mario Party. For a long time, it was Superstars. So when they announced this, we were really excited.
yeah.
I really like this game, actually.
It is fun.
This is not only one of the best looking Switch games,
Yeah.
it runs really well. We've never really had any internet issues when
No.
we've been playing together. We've had a couple moments, but really nothing.
And no input
Crazy?
lag too.
No. I really like
Yeah,
this
it's
game.
really
this to
fun.
me is actually one of the best games of the year.
Especially when Superstar came out, or when Super Mario Party, I think it's called. There was no online, so there was no point in buying those games. Everyone bought it still because the Switch was new and like everyone was crazy about the Switch. Yes, but nowadays, since online is day one on the game, like that's the only reason why I bought it, because I'm not gonna be buying a Mario Party game when I still have 2 other Mario Party on Switch. Like there's no way, if I can't play online, that I won't be playing it. And we've been playing it, like as you said, every Saturday. Like
yeah, we've probably played it ever since it came out. So
Yeah.
probably like 8 or 9 weeks in a row.
and
Like
it's so good. Like
it is really good.
it's really good. I feel like I really wish Nintendo like kind of treats it like a game as service, in a way that they add content to it until the next one comes out.
Yeah.
Since the Switch 2, we know it is backwards compatible, you could definitely like just keep adding content. Make me pay for the content. I'll do it. I'll buy it. I'll pay the additional maps. I'll pay everything. Like I don't mind. But I understand where Nintendo comes from, where Mario Party is one of their most profitable franchise ever, and they can push like 5 in the same console, and it's gonna sell like hotcakes. Like, so I understand why they don't do it. I thought Superstar would go that way. Like it would be a game as service in a way, where they would just put like old maps and stuff like that. But we never know. Maybe like in 3 years, Nintendo's gonna decide, hey, let's add new maps, like they did with Mario Kart 8, like 10 years after it released. So maybe.
With this game, I still have some achievements to get, but I think there's like 7 to 8 boards total. Yeah, my only real complaint about the game is you do see a lot of the same mini games.
Yeah.
When you're playing,
But
but honestly, other than that, this is a really good
we're not
game.
playing with
this
motion,
is a really
though.
good party
That's the
game.
thing.
Exactly.
We're not
we
motion
don't play
guys.
with a lot of the motion controls. Next time we are gonna play with motion controls, see if it adds.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really fun game. If you want a party game for your Switch,
Yeah, it's really
honestly,
good.
I'd probably recommend this one over Superstars.
Oh,
actually.
absolutely.
Yeah, which is saying something, because we really enjoyed Superstars, especially if you were like a day one Mario Party person who played with N64 and GameCube. But this one is really good.
Yeah, really good. It is a must buy.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Well, and then the final of the big three for holiday. I know there's one game in December we'll talk quickly about. And that's Mario and Luigi Brothership was
Wah,
released in
wah.
November. Here's the thing. I really like Mario and Luigi,
Yeah,
like the
same.
franchise. Bowser's Inside Story is fantastic. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is fantastic. I've only played a little bit of Partners in Time. I really liked it. So I was really happy to see this come back. I like the art style. Combat's really fun. I still really enjoy it. The story is so unmemorable
Oh my god,
and
yes.
so boring
Oh
that
my god, so
it
much dialogue.
really deters from the game, which is amazing. Like it is a Mario game at the end of the day,
Eh,
but when I look back at all the other Mario and Luigi games, there is like a fun story
yeah,
in most of them.
there's actually
So
dialogue too that is interesting.
yeah, and there are memorable characters that you know. This game, while the gameplay is fun, the story and the pacing completely
Boring, yeah,
takes away from it, which sucks
yeah.
because I'd really like them to continue with this franchise as well. But yeah, I thought this game was missed potential.
Oh yeah. And since I don't remember what name is the developers, the past developers for Mario and
Oh,
Luigi,
Alpha
but
Dream.
Alpha Dream. I know they shut down, which is
Yeah, they shut down.
very sad. I don't. Nintendo has a track record to not say who developed the game. So
Yeah, they're
I
good at that.
yeah, I still don't know who developed the game. I'm pretty sure people know. I'm pretty sure it's out there.
I know who. Yeah, it was Acquire.
Acquire.
Acquire is the developers who made not Triangle Strategy, the one before it.
Octopath
Traveler. Yeah, they made Octopath Traveler. So I don't know how they got them to make this, but yeah, they're the
Yeah,
ones that made this.
that's weird because Octopath
Yeah.
Traveler is a really good game and it has great story. Honestly, like the little dancer, like I don't know if you played it, but like the girl, the dancer girl, like her story was devastating. Like it was so I don't know, like I think it's another case of Nintendo being like, oh, we need a game for kids, and we don't care about the fan. That's not true, but like sometimes they're a little bit like that. They're like, we need to push a game for kids for some reason, and then because, like, to be honest, I played until the first boss, and I could not play anymore. Like there was so much dialogue, so much repetition,
so much dialogue, like too much dialogue. Yeah,
and like, dude, the little piggy is cute. Like the little pig is really cute, but like
Snoutlet or whatever.
he says the same thing 17
Over and
times.
over.
Like
Yeah,
in the past, like it's just boring at the end of the day. It's not a game. Like I'm not gonna waste time playing a game like this. I'd rather play like I don't know anything else than a game like. But the combat I will say is very fun.
Yeah,
very,
I love the
fun.
combat in this game.
Yeah,
But yeah, the pacing, the story, just really knocked it down a peg or two, in my opinion. So, I was hoping for better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The last game of the year for Nintendo, Fitness Boxing 3. Obviously, you and I are the biggest fitness boxing people. We're the president and vice president of the fitness boxing fan clubs. Yeah, we don't have anything to say.
It's a game.
If you like punching your TV, this is the game for you.
I know they made a collab with like Berserk and Hatsune Miku, which is wild to me. Wild.
Fist of the North Star. They have a Fist of the North Star.
Oh yeah, it's a Fist of the North Star. Yeah, it's not Berserk. Yeah. Sorry, it's just they're similar. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's like I was like,
someone likes it. Someone's buying it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks fun though. I'm gonna say I'm a big rhythm game fan.
I've been thinking about. I was like, I wonder if I should get one just to put on the shelf at least. Yeah.
Because me and my girlfriend wanted to buy a VR for Christmas, but we're broke, so that's not gonna happen.
Fitness boxing.
Yeah.
Fitness boxing.
But there's like a game with like boxing on VR, and I was like, oh, that's fitness boxing. That's what it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe. But like, there's 3 of them. Like again, Nintendo.
Then, there's technically 5 then. If there's the Hatsune Miku and
like
the North Star one.
Again, Nintendo, why? Just make a game and
fit,
keep.
That's the thing. They want you to get fit.
Yeah,
they
but
you
can
just
get
that boxing in and
sell me one game. Like, please sell me one game. I don't want to buy 3 because now I'm just confused. I kind of want to get into it, but I'm confused. I don't know where to start. Like, is there a story?
Where do I start? Yeah, where do I start?
Yeah,
in
where do I
fitness
start? Do I
boxing?
start with the anime
Do I start with
girl or
one? Yeah, exactly.
like
Yeah.
what's going on
I'm with you.
here? No,
I
but
need the lore.
we're joking, but like it just doesn't make sense to me that they made 3 games. They could have just keep updating the
I
first
love
game.
it. I love it, Nintendo. Keep up with
Keep
fitness
up.
boxing. I will be there day one for
Day
fitness
one.
boxing 4. So I'm real excited for that one.
Take my wallet. Take my wallet.
Yeah. So those are all the main games
Yeah.
for the year. But there are a couple of things that we'll quickly go over that they did in 2024. Nintendo released Alarmo, a very
Ooh.
expensive Nintendo alarm clock. This thing is cool, very
It's
neat, very
so cool.
expensive, but yeah, this definitely caught you and I by surprise.
Oh
I think.
yeah. Yeah, but I remember us texting it. We're like, what is this? Like,
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
And I remember you talked to me, be like, I think I want to get it, and I was like, dude,
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
I still think I want to get it.
Same, because it's such a ridiculous
weird.
concept, but at the same time, it is. I want it so much.
Me too.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's like here, it's like what, $120?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, it's expensive.
Like, man, Nintendo, please, like, I don't know.
I'll love to see it. I think this is definitely the start of Nintendo making more products
Yes.
like this, because they're slowly developing into not just like a video game company; they're an
Yeah.
entertainment
Oh,
company.
exactly.
You know, so
But they
more of
they
these-
have a track record of being an entertainment company. Before
Oh, yeah.
making video
Yeah.
games, they were doing a whole bunch of stuff.
toys,
Like, playing
all sorts of
cards,
stuff,
like guns.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, like the toy guns.
Yeah, the toy gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No, they have all sorts of stuff. So
yeah,
we'll probably see them do more of this
yeah,
stuff in the
which
future
is
for sure.
which is really nice. Like I like them being quirky and weird like that. Like it's fun. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt anybody, and like people are still gonna buy it. So,
Right now, it's only available through the Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
online app. It will be available for retail purchase in 2025.
Hmm.
But speaking of Nintendo Switch Online, another thing you get, which I know you've already made a video
Ooh.
about, so
Oh
is Nintendo Music.
yes.
If you have Nintendo Switch Online, you get it. The simplest way to put is it's Apple Music / Spotify
Yeah.
app, but it's just Nintendo
Just
Music.
Nintendo, yeah.
Nice little perk. I
Yeah.
like it. I like when they add stuff to Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch Online to make it worth it. So yeah, I've been listening to some tunes. I know you really like it.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a nice surprise.
Yeah. Like I'm a little bit weird on that, but like the only music that I listen to in life is video game music. So
Mhm.
I have my Persona soundtracks, I have my Sonic soundtracks, my indie game soundtracks, my Shin Megami Tensei soundtrack, and the only thing that was missing for me was Nintendo, because there's no legal way to listen to
Exactly.
it before Nintendo Music. So for me, like, it really did a difference, because like I do a lot of public transport and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just listening to Gerudo Valley in the bus is it's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a fun product. I feel like they're updating it quite often too. So it's really nice. Yeah.
And then the last things for 2024, they had a couple things open up, like the Donkey Kong portion at Super Nintendo World in Japan is opening up. I know they're still working on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say they have one in Orlando and California. So they're working on that, but yeah, they're still expanding Nintendo World. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. And Nintendo opened their museum in the fall.
Yeah.
That's something I definitely want to check out. That's something I think Mags and I would like to go to Japan at some point.
Yeah, it's only in Japan, right?
Yeah, so that one looks cool. So
it looks very cool actually.
yeah,
The
it
giant
looks pretty
controllers
sweet.
and stuff like that. Yo,
I need some Wii merchandise.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah,
That's
the
what's
big
going
Wii
on.
remotes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Wii T-shirts. You know, give me all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
That was. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, but I just think it's just very odd that Nintendo makes a museum, but at the same time it makes sense, because like they have such a big history with video games. They've been the pioneers for video games for pretty much the beginning. Like, so yeah, I think it's a great thing. I think it's a little bit weird that they're doing like, oh, we'll do a museum for ourselves. Like it's
Yeah, true.
it's a little bit weird, but it's Nintendo. You know what are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
I've seen some videos. It does look interesting. So they
And
did do a good job, it looks
yeah,
like. So I would like to go
yeah,
at some
same.
point. So that was 2024. Obviously, a transition year
Mhm.
to say the least. How many booms out of 10 would you give it? How many
Ooh,
booms? I know they usually do 5, but I like 10. How many
yeah, I
booms out
like
of
10
10?
too.
Yeah.
I would say it gets a passing grade, so 6 booms out of 10.
I was going to do the same.
Yeah,
I was also a 6 boom out of 10 guy. Yeah.
it's underwhelming. I think there's a lot of like corporate stuff that happened in Nintendo, and that like Nintendo Museum, Nintendo Music, stuff like that. Not things that the general Nintendo fan here over here in Canada and in the US will be
US,
able
yeah.
to enjoy. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's a passing grade. Games were great, good. Well, how about you?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, 6. Yeah,
6 booms. I wasn't blown away, but
Nintendo
that's
keeps being Nintendo. That's what we
exactly.
want. Yeah,
They essentially they stayed the course,
they
you
stay.
know.
Yeah,
Everything was pretty much the same.
yeah.
So, we're looking forward to 2025. I know we've talked a
Oh,
lot, but we're looking forward
oh,
a little bit.
yes.
We're looking forward a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's me and I overthink it, but I think this is definitely one of their most important years in
Mm.
the last 25 years. Um, they really got to get this right. I think
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
I have seen so many, we've been around the block when it comes to this stuff. We've
Mm.
seen them do well and screw it up afterwards,
Yeah.
especially obviously the Wii to Wii U, horrible. But even the DS to the 3DS, it had a really rough start. It was too expensive. There were no games. They had to price cut it a big amount to really get that thing back on track. So um, this is a big one.
Yeah.
The only things that have been confirmed from Nintendo themselves is that they will announce it by March 31st, 2025, and the console is backwards compatible. That is the only thing
Yeah.
we know. So we could call it the Switch successor like Nintendo wants us to, but I think for the rest of this, we're just going to call it Switch 2.
Switch 2, yeah.
So there are all sorts of rumors. I'll give you just the basic rundown if you haven't been in the loop out there. It sounds like the best way to describe it is it's bigger and better.
Yeah.
So the console will be slightly bigger screen, bigger Joy-Con. It sounds like it's going to run about as strong as a PlayStation 4 Pro,
Yeah.
Xbox Series S, Steam Deck-ish. It's all kind of like in that weird realm where it's
It's always a
not
generation
like
behind with Nintendo.
exactly, but with improvements.
Mm-hmm. And with Nvidia DLSS, I think, and with
Yeah,
everything
there'll
they
be
could
AI upscaling.
Yeah.
Um,
So
what
they
else have
can
we
cook with
heard?
it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a big leap, I would say,
Yeah.
because they've been pretty much using the same technology for like 15 years.
Yeah.
The Switch and the Wii U are super powered Xbox 360s. That's the
Yeah,
way
they
I
are.
look at it.
That's what they are. Yeah.
So taking that jump to like PS4 Pro /
Mhm.
Xbox Series S level, that's a big jump for Nintendo. Yeah, there really isn't that much confirmed. There is a ton of
Leaks.
rumors. The rumors
Yeah.
are insane. Everything from the Joy-Cons pull out, they don't slide in. Apparently the dock to most people, they say that it's half covered, like you can
Yeah.
actually see the top of the
Which
screen,
is
so there's a
interesting to
potential.
me.
I
Sorry.
know that one's weird to me too.
Because
Like, are they gonna put a clock there? Are they gonna
yeah,
put little things there,
because
or are you gonna be able to see stuff there?
because the mock-ups
Um,
that they shown, like the
mhm.
D brand lease and this stuff like that, they all have like Nintendo um themed on the half of the
Yeah,
screen,
yeah, they had like
which
walking and stuff.
which for me, okay, I'm gonna rant for 2 seconds, but Nintendo Switch that still doesn't have theme in 2024 is a
I know
crime to
it's weird.
humanity. Like,
It is weird.
what the hell, Nintendo? Like, how hard is it to put themes on your console?
No
Sell
kidding.
it to me, I'll buy it. Like, let's put that out there. Sell it to me, I'll buy it. I'll buy 15 of them. I don't care. Sell me like some Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask theme. I'll pay $10 for this the theme. I don't care. Just do it. But now they're like,
buy it. Come on.
yeah, no, now they're doubling down. It seems like it's not confirmed, but it seems like they're doubling down on the fact that you'll be able to have like kind of theme for your just Switch on
Yeah, that little
rest mode.
spot. Yeah.
Like,
That'd be kind of cool.
that'd
not
be
gonna lie.
cool. I will buy it for sure, or I will buy it with platinum points or something. But like, why? Why the Switch doesn't have themes to this day? Okay, never mind. I'm done. I'm done with my rant.
The other thing is there is an extra C button on the
Yeah.
right Joy-Con, it looks like. There's all sorts of theories about that one. Yeah, you know, like whenever like everything I've seen, I don't want to say it's underwhelming, but it's definitely like this is the safe play.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh
they
yeah.
they even say that apparently the system is just called the Switch 2. And I know I've seen some people be like, "Oh man, they could be so crazy and be wacky and do this stuff." But sometimes wacky gets you into trouble, you
Yeah.
know?
Like the Wii U.
Exactly. I think you just play it safe and call it the Switch 2. You make it bigger and better. You make it run games better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the safe play is sometimes the right play, and this is the right play, I think, in my opinion.
People want that too. I think
I
people
think
are
so too.
not that people are like tired of Nintendo trying always different stuff, but I feel like for the Switch, we have so much of a big portion of the Switch life that are like Switch collectors in a way. Like people
Yeah.
are always just like, I remember at the beginning of the Switch, everyone was buying like every physical game religiously, like because like Nintendo were back and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
being backwards compatible, I think it's one of the safest play they could have done. I think it was a
Definitely.
must for the console,
It
and
was a must, I
not
think.
having
Yeah.
a weird name. If it's only called the Switch 2, you know that it is a different console. It's not like
Exactly.
again the DS, the 3DS. One of the reason why the 3DS was not selling at first is because people thought it was another DS.
Yeah.
The marketing was not there. Like so now if you call it Switch 2, people are like, okay, so it's the next generation. It's like PS5
Exactly.
or PS4. Like
Exactly.
like people don't like, people understand the difference between the PS4 and the PS5, you know? Even
Of course,
moms
yeah.
and dads that has kids and they
Yeah.
want to buy it, they're like, oh yeah, it's the newer console, it runs better games, that's it. Like, so calling it the Switch 2, I think it's the way to go for them, because if they still trying to make it the Nintendo way, like the Wii U, which what the
Yeah.
hell is that name first? Like that just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think it's safe.
Same here.
Place. Yeah.
It's just easier for people, you know. I think gamers that talk about this stuff online don't realize that like hardcore gamers, they really make up like 20% of the actual sales.
Yeah.
Like, you know who buys video games? A mom and dad who go into a Walmart and go,
Yeah.
let's pick this up for
Exactly.
our kid.
Exactly.
Or someone who's just like randomly on Amazon is like, oh man, I could go for a Switch, I could play Mario Kart. And
Yeah.
they just add it to their cart. You know what I mean? Like,
especially Nintendo.
so when they
consoles,
see Switch
like,
2, they're like, oh sweet, that's the new thing. They'll
and
add
that's the
it.
new
Like,
thing.
they're
They'll
not
just buy it. And like,
exactly.
since marketing now has gone so far with like social media and stuff like that, I feel like the Wii U, that's one of the reasons it failed too, is because marketing was very weird, was not clear. Now if they're able to make it clear that it's an upgrade, it is the successor
Next
of the
thing.
Switch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Through social media, through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it'll sell. It'll work for everyone. Like everyone will know that it's the second it's the successor to Switch now. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is the safe play. Let's say obviously we have now at time of recording this, we have 3 months.
Yeah.
Maximum. When do you think we'll see a reveal trailer?
I would love to see it in January.
Same.
because January is one of the most boring month of the year
Definitely.
in terms of video games. In every like in I think in every like stores or stuff or I don't know how to explain it, but like for everyone, January is just a dead month because Christmas just happened and like everyone spent their money and stuff. So
Hmm.
if Nintendo really like announces it in January, it's gonna give me something to look forward for
For the
in
year, yeah.
January and actually be
Yeah.
hyped. And it's gonna keep me occupied. Like, I love video games stuff like that, but these things like actually like I don't know. It's fun to know. It's fun to know in advance because I'm pretty sure they're gonna release it in March. Like
Ooh.
yeah,
There's so many people that that started to think that.
yeah,
Like, I wasn't sure. Like, if you were to say that a month ago,
mm-hmm,
that they were like, let's say even at the beginning of December,
yeah.
you were like, "Juice, they're gonna announce it in mid-January, and it's coming out in March." I would have been like, "You're insane.
But
You're just
Nintendo
wrong."
is weird like that.
Yeah, but now that I've kind of like been sitting on it, been
Mm.
hearing about it, really been thinking about it, I'm like, they could totally do that, probably.
Because
Like two
because
months
yeah,
is just enough probably for people to be like, let's go, let's get
super
ready
hype.
for this thing.
Yeah, and yeah, like people are especially like there's a whole bunch of leaks in
Oh yeah,
big
tons.
big cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So everyone's talking about the Switch right now. Switch 2.
everyone.
Everyone
Yeah,
is it is all over the internet. Like they don't really need to have a long period of time before the console releases because everyone is expecting it. Every Switch collectors, every Switch enthusiast, every like Switch YouTubers are gonna talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. So they have that power, Nintendo, to just be like, oh, I'm just releasing it in 2 months and that's it. People are gonna still buy it. Like it's yeah. So I think
yeah.
it's the play there. I think they're gonna release it in March. I one thing that I think they might do is they release it the same day as the Switch. So I
Like
think it
March
was March
3rd. That'd be kind of
16
crazy.
or March 17.
I
I
thought it
think
was the
it's
3rd. That was
maybe
March 3rd, 2017.
maybe, but like I think it's the 8th year anniversary.
March
Uh,
3rd is a Monday. That'd be kind of interesting.
that'd be kind of interesting. Or the same week, maybe like just the same
Yeah, yeah.
frame window. But like I think we're getting into our 8th year of the Switch, so that could be like the 8th year anniversary, and they're like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
by the way, Switch 2. Like, I don't know. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm kind of with you. I was kind of thinking March was when they were going to release it. I thought they gave themselves that timeline
Mm,
just for them to be like, we're going to announce it in March. You know,
yeah.
we're really going to milk this thing. Um, I'm kind of with you. I'm thinking second half January. I'm
Mm,
looking at like the 22nd, 23rd.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I could go for a March release too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Put it out in
nice.
the word. I think if we don't hear about it in January, they're gonna skip February and just
Yeah, they're
announce it
gonna
in March. Like
announce it in
they'll
March.
milk it at the end.
Yeah. Because
Um, yeah, and I think the price after that is $100 to $150 more than the
I
current
think it's
Switch.
gonna
Like
be 500 at launch
500
Canadian. Yeah,
Canadian,
Canadian. I think so.
399 American is what I'm going
Ah,
with.
but it
That's fine.
depends. It depends on how powerful the console is. Okay, so if since it's gonna be a portable console, we know it's gonna be a portable console. Like, there's no doubt in
Yeah.
my mind that it's not gonna be portable. Um, I feel like portable system has a premium price to it, like the
It always
Legion
does. Yeah.
Go or the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's probably gonna be at the same price of a like the 512 gig model of the Steam Deck. That would probably I would be comfortable paying that amount. If it's
Mm.
$700, I'll still buy it. Nintendo, I will still buy it. I'm telling you, but I would be comfortable at the 500, 550 mark.
So would I.
Yeah.
That's probably where I'm at. Anything more, I'm gonna be like, I might wait on this for a
Mm.
year. We'll see. But I think at the 499 mark, I'm pretty
499 mark.
comfortable
That would
there.
be.
Nintendo's always been pretty good with price as
Mm.
well. They're
Yeah,
not really ones to
pretty aggressive with price.
overshoot.
Yeah,
So
like the
I think,
PS5. Goddamn.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. So I think we're pretty safe there. I mean, we could talk about all these leaks and rumors all day, but I think we've seen so much and everyone has heard so much that we're kind of at the point where it's like we know it's
Just
going to be
release
bigger,
it.
we know it's going to be better, we know kind of what we're looking
Yeah.
at. The big thing is obviously the games.
Yeah.
You know, we only have 3 confirmed for 2025. That being Donkey Kong Country Returns
Mm.
remake, which comes out January,
January
so not that far off.
15, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's literally that's why I'm thinking it would get announced after that week.
Mm.
Just get it out, you know, once we get
But
past that time.
I don't think it's gonna be a big launch for Nintendo. Donkey Kong Country.
No,
It's
it's
just
not.
it's
But
just to fill the gap. Honestly, it's
exactly.
I don't think it costs that much
No.
to do. Like it was just a port and that's it. So
The
I
other
don't think
two
they're
games
yeah.
that are kind of announced are Pokemon Legends ZA,
Mm.
which Pokemon Company's been really quiet
Yeah.
this year. They were really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they've got to be cooking. I know they're working on this, so perfect.
Yeah.
But it is a little weird. It's been quiet.
Uh,
And Metroid Prime 4,
Ooh.
which to me,
Ooh.
I'm starting to think this is a launch game.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely. I
yeah.
knew from the start that was gonna be a launch.
I didn't think it was going to be
Oh,
because
for
I was
me,
like,
yeah.
does it matter? Like, does it really matter? But I think Nintendo's gonna play it up as such. They're gonna
Because
make
it's
it.
the perfect title to do it. Because it
Yeah,
is
and
such a hyped title.
yeah. Well, and Metroid has always been kind of like a big one for fans and like a big American slash
Release,
North
yeah.
American
Yeah.
franchise, but it's
Yeah.
never like had that big breakout. And this, I'm starting to think that this is the play to be like, let's really push this. Let's coincide with the Switch 2. Let's get people in on Metroid Prime and really enjoy it. So I'm kind of thinking that. Like
I totally agree. The second it got announced, I knew it was gonna be a launch title. I
the
knew it.
new trailer, you mean?
Yeah,
Like when you saw
the new trailer. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
and they said 2025. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
dual release like the Switch, like Breath of the Wild. It is gonna
Yeah,
be
agreed.
that. Like, I wouldn't like, if Nintendo has another game that is more hyped than Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch 2, I'm gonna be blown away. Like I'm gonna be. But what other games do you want more hyped than Metroid Prime 4? And that's what I was thinking. I was
3D
like, we
Mario.
already had the Echoes of Wisdom, which was a pretty hyped title. I was very excited. Like the hype was real. The only title that I would see is another like 3D Mario game.
Yeah.
But we got Mario Wonder a year ago, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
So
it's one of
like,
my favorites.
yeah. So like I don't know.
I think the play is you launch Metroid Prime 4 with it.
Yeah.
3D Mario has to come out the same year within the first 12
Yeah.
months. It pretty much needs to.
Yeah.
And so does the next Mario Kart. I
Yeah.
think they realize how important it is to have Mario Kart and a brand new Mario game in that first year. Like
Mhm.
they know how important it is.
Oh
Look how
yeah.
big Odyssey was. Look how big Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was. I think those are definitely the other two plays. Now, I don't think Metroid or Mario Kart is at launch. I think it's like 3 months later.
Yeah.
Like one of those deals.
Or like almost a year later. Like 8 or 9 months later. Because
Well,
that's what they did.
let's say like March is
Yeah.
the release for the console.
Maybe Christmas. Near
Exactly.
Christmas.
That's your big holiday game.
Holidays for Nintendo is so huge. Like they don't even have to put
massive.
their games on sale and it's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Exactly.
Like Mario Power Jamboree, I think right now is like the most sold game for the holidays. Not Astrobot,
probably.
that just won Game of the Year. Not Black Myth Wukong. Jamboree. Like
Yeah. Kit and Krista were talking about it, and I can't remember the amount, but they said it makes up like the holiday sales make up like 75% of Nintendo's like sales throughout the year. So it's probably the same for all the other video game companies as well. But yeah, like if you put Mario Kart in that holiday release or 3D Mario alongside that, that's probably
just before like maybe October.
Yeah.
October is because I remember Mario Odyssey came out in October and
so good.
Yeah,
such a good game.
Such a good game, and I got hired at GameStop back then. A month later, and I was
Wow.
selling so much Mario
So many of
Odyssey.
them. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was crazy. I think my first launch ever was Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which
Oh,
was
that was probably
a
hype.
yeah, but not that much. It was weird. It was very weird. It was a 3DS game during the Switch, where nobody was kind of hyped about it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people, but like it wasn't like oh my god. But man, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and we had like those Explorer bundle. Do you remember the Explorer bundles? I think I
Yeah.
yeah. It's like they're like cardboard boxes, like with a
Mhm.
like a little manual in it. Man, those were selling like hotcakes. Like we were. That was our entire sales plan. Like everything that we would sell is this. So like, yeah, Nintendo is a big company during the holidays.
I think for the most part as well, like obviously they're not going to drop support for the regular Switch right at the beginning.
Mm.
So just anticipate a lot more remasters, a lot more
Of
remakes.
course.
The only other thing I do kind of expect as well is like a Wii Sports title. You know, they want to show off the new Joy-Con,
Mm.
so get ready for your motion game.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have a tech demo like 1-2 Switch when it came out for the Switch.
Yeah.
I just because 1-2 Switch kind of flopped in a way.
Yeah.
Nobody really liked it. Like there was a buzz for like the first 2 months, but after that, like people played it once and that's it. So I'm curious to see what Nintendo was gonna do for the next tech demo for the console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just because Astrobot for PS5 was their tech demo. It was free, so I'm thinking maybe they're gonna do it free in the console this time around, like they did with like PlayStation did with the Astrobot. I don't know. That could be cool to see, like a free tech demo, just like new IP.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
All right. So after that, when it comes to this year for Nintendo, I don't know. I think the biggest thing for them is that this is new. This is really new territory for hardware. I have no idea how many games they're going to release, but you're going to see a lot of remakes. You're going to see some new stuff. I think Mario, you're going to see a bunch.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm really asking for is please just give us Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. Just give it to us now. Just end the suffering because it feels like we've been suffering on that one.
But they might do it before the Switch comes out. The Switch
I bet they do. I bet it's one that they actually go, fine, here you go, here's your thing.
Yeah, and like put it at $80. We'll buy it. Like,
give me
honestly,
both of them. Yeah, at $80. Yeah,
$80 each. We'll buy it. They're such great games, and especially like if you put the minimum effort on it, like you improve like a couple of lighting issues or stuff like that. I'll buy it for $90. You have my money, Nintendo. Like easy, like. So yeah.
I mean, that's my really biggest thing. Yeah. It's kind of funny that the thing I want the most is just give me Wind Waker
HD
and Twilight Princess, please. Just make it easy.
But to be honest, like I love my Wii U, but playing on a Wii U is kind of a pain. The gamepad is so big and it's not really comfortable. Yes, it's fun to have like a kind of a DS type way to manage your inventory and stuff, but there's not really a practical use. Sorry.
No.
For most games, so it makes it kind of cumbersome to have like that big ass controller to just play some normal games. And usually, I still use the menu like a regular game on Wii U games, even if I have the choice of using my gamepad. Like I still prefer to use like traditional menus and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like it's just a pain in the ass, and I don't like the Pro Controller on the Wii U. The Wii U is the buttons are weird
because both the thumbsticks are at the top, right?
They're at the top, and the buttons are like very weirdly placed. Yeah, it's really odd that controller. So, not a big fan. I'd rather just put it on the Switch. I'll play on the Pro Controller there. I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah. Anything else that you expect from this new thing? I mean, at this point, it feels like we know everything, but is there anything that you would like or you want to see?
One thing that I would like to see is taking a page. How can I say this? Looking at what PlayStation is doing for their backwards compatible title and doing the
Oh
same
yeah,
thing with Nintendo,
the
because
same. Yeah.
I have a feeling that Nintendo is gonna kind of re-release the games instead of like putting a patch that you could pay for to
Yeah.
get your games running better. So I would really like that they would go to the PlayStation style of doing it and just being like, hey,
Just give me the
just
$5, five to
five
ten
to ten
bucks.
dollars and it runs 60 FPS, 4K. Like,
I'm with you.
so that's something that I would really like to do, especially for the first party titles. The third party, I understand. I know a lot of third party on Nintendo Switch. They're really nice with their user base, like
Yeah.
so they're probably gonna do it for free. That I don't mind, but I would like to be able to experience Breath of the Wild at 60 FPS or Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS. Like,
So would I.
that'd be amazing. And like, no, like, because there's a phenomenon on the Switch where everything is a little bit blurry. There's like a
Yeah, kind of.
film
Yeah.
which is a little bit blurry. The only game that I would say that doesn't have that is like Jamboree or like Thousand Year Door. These two games
Yeah.
are crisp, but all of the other games they have that kind of like it's. I feel like it's like a filter which blurs a little bit everything.
Mm-hmm.
Remove that shit. Like, I understand that it's because it's the Switch and it's underpowered, but I would like to have it crisp. Like the picture quality would be like super crisp, super pretty. Like, yeah, I feel like the Wii U didn't have that, and now the Switch, all of the games kind of has that little filter on it, which I feel like it's weird. So that's what I would like them to do.
Yeah, I just want it better and crisper. You know, I just
Yeah.
want to. It all comes down to the games, right?
Yeah.
You know, obviously this thing is bigger, better, but I want to see what kind of games we're
What
gonna
counts the
get.
game we're gonna
Obviously,
yeah.
that's the main thing, right?
No, I get it.
So, yeah, I think we covered a lot of it when it comes to this year. I think you and I both agree that this is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been so excited for the past 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've just been ready. It feels like everyone's been ready for the new thing. So yeah,
I
I'm
think
super
everyone's
amped for this.
patient too for the new thing because
Yeah.
yeah.
I think everyone was pretty patient this year and pretty they were willing to give Nintendo this year.
Yeah.
So I think now is the time
Now's
for
the
them
time
to be
to
like,
release.
all right, thank
Actually,
you for bearing with us.
just
Here's
some
the new
news.
thing.
Like, we just want some news at the end of the day. Just tell me
Seriously.
what it looks like, or tell me when it's gonna release, or give me a little bit of the specs, and we'll be happy.
Yeah.
We'll stop pestering you. Like, we're not doing that. We're not pestering. We're not like
No.
capitalizing on the Switch too just to create content, which
No.
we know a lot of people
But-
do.
Ugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole thing.
That's
too.
the whole thing. But no, I think it's important to talk to because like it's actually interesting to talk about. Like, it's fun to have your opinion on the matter and my opinion. I feel like
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm excited to see the console, but I'm really excited for them to show it off because the past 6 months, my YouTube home feed is just fed with what I call Nintendo speculators.
oh, yeah.
Their YouTube accounts, or social media accounts doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube, but they make like 1 to 2 videos daily about like a tweet they saw. And it's just like it's super exhausting to see on the page. I go through the comments every so often, and even those people in the comments are just like super tired of hearing of these people. The titles are always clickbaity, and man, it's so exhausting. I just couldn't imagine. I mean, it's been this way now for most of these people for 12 months. And
Yeah.
some of these people have over like 100, 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like lots of people. You and I saw one guy who was so adamant that the reveal was going to happen in October.
Yeah.
He was like, and this
It
is
is
probably
gonna
the
happen.
biggest one of this group. He was like, this is happening. I'm just putting all my money on it. And when it didn't happen, I sent you the video of like literally November 1st.
Mm.
He was like in tears.
Yeah.
He was almost crying that he couldn't believe that Nintendo did not announce the Switch 2 in October.
But
And it's so weird to me because it's like Nintendo has told you the timeline as to when they'll
mm,
announce it. If I'm sending you a package, Ben, I'm like, hey, I'm sending you a package. Canada Post has let me know that it is going to arrive between Wednesday and Friday.
mm.
And you're like, okay, cool. That's great. Yeah, I'm glad you told me that. You can't be mad at me if it doesn't arrive Wednesday.
Yeah,
There's still 2 days.
there's still 2
There's
days,
still 2 days
and I'm
for you
expecting
to
a
get the
certain type
package.
of delay. Like,
Exactly. Just because it didn't arrive at the time that you were hoping for
Yeah.
does not mean that you get to be mad
and
and nearly be in tears
but that's the thing.
about it.
It's the whole content creator game. Like, these
Mhm.
people unfortunately capitalize on the fact that the Switch 2 is going to come out, and for them being all over dramatic and seeing a tweet and making a video about it, just being
Yeah.
like, oh my god, low effort video, just them talking to the camera, being like, you know what, I've seen this today and this is a fact. That, like,
It's always a tweet from someone you're like, I've never heard of this person ever.
and these people, honestly, they capitalize. I think it's cringe, to say the least.
No, it is.
Like,
You can't cry that they didn't show something off in like you can't be in almost tears.
like you're a
Like-
you're a 35-year-old man. Like,
Exactly.
you can't like, nobody's gonna take you seriously. Every
No.
time I see that person now, I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't take you seriously. Like,
Yeah.
and he knows that, like, it's all about rage bait or like clickbait content or just like,
Correct.
so he doesn't feel that way in real life. But I feel like as content creators, we have to have a certain amount of pride, or like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
yeah, that's what bothers me.
yeah, like, I will never release that type of content in my entire life. Yes, I might do some rage bait content once in a while just for the fun of it, and it's always doing good and stuff. But I will never go that deep to actually cry in front of a camera because the Switch 2 hasn't been released in a month that nobody can. No, like,
Yeah.
everyone knew that it was not going to be released that month. So, like, just for the sake of creating content and creating a buzz around you, like,
Making the same video over and over for like 6 to 8 months, like I would be so exhausted
Oh,
if I
yeah.
had to get in front of the camera and say, well, I know the Switch 2 is coming out and here is a tweet that I saw. Like I
Yeah.
would be so exhausted. Just
do it once or twice,
yeah.
but not 6 months consecutively.
Right?
Like,
Well, and then I go on some of these like pages too, and it feels like a lot of them don't ever review games
Yeah.
or don't ever like talk about the games. So that also bothers me too. It's like, okay, so all you're doing is reporting on this console. I haven't seen you review Echoes of Wisdom. I haven't
Yeah.
seen you review Jamboree. I haven't seen you review Emio, right? So your whole platform is reporting on this console that will potentially come out. Now, when it comes out, what are you gonna do? I
Yeah.
guess then start reporting on games that it's all a cycle.
it's all a
And-
cycle. It's all about what's popular and what to talk about right now. Like,
And I don't have problems with you reporting rumors
No.
or leaks,
absolutely
but
not.
you can't be like you said, over dramatic, almost to the point of lying
Yeah.
to people. You can't be lying to people that you thought you heard that Elden Ring was coming out on Switch 2 day
Yeah.
one or something like that. Like
Yeah, and that's
you
my
can't do that stuff.
That's my problem with all of that stuff is I don't mind. Like, I know we know the content creation game. Like, we know how it is. You have to try to keep being relevant. You have to try to find all the popular topics to keep making content and keep getting views and keep getting growth and stuff like that. But whenever you start lying or you start just saying nonsense for the sake of
Yeah.
having a video up, just don't post.
Yeah.
Just take a break,
That's the
take a
thing that
step back,
bothers me, yeah.
actually think of an idea and do something else with your
Yeah.
life. Like, man, don't cry in front of a camera.
Yeah,
because it's,
literally.
like, it's just
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing that bothers me. It's like
yeah.
if like A lot of them ended up making videos because Pioro, I don't know if you remember who Pioro is. He was a Nintendo leaker.
Mm.
He liked a tweet that someone said the Nintendo Switch 2 will be called the Nintendo Switch 2, and they made like 10-minute videos on that.
Yeah.
And it's like that cannot be worth 10 minutes of content. I know that's how you hit the ad revenue, but dang, that's got to be tiring.
No,
That
but
I
like,
just
what
couldn't
do you
imagine.
say? Because okay, sometimes I have a problem where I say stuff on a video. I record myself saying stuff on a video, and then I actually think of what I said. I've said
Yeah.
nothing. Like
Yeah.
I've said nothing for the past like 3 minutes.
I've spoken for 2 minutes, but
Yeah,
I've really said
but I
nothing.
really
Yeah.
said nothing, and that bothers me to a point where I
Same.
redo my whole thing because like I don't know, like so that's why I'm just like saying nothing for 10 minutes because someone liked to tweet. Man, you're down deep. Like you're down
Yeah,
bad
it's
right now.
that's got to be tiring. Like I have no time to.
Or you're just lazy. Like
Yeah.
you're just lazy and you're like, oh, here's another video idea. I just don't want to do the effort. I'm still gonna get views
Yeah.
because you're gonna have someone making your thumbnail, which is gonna be appealing and uh
Yeah. I I'm I'm not hating on these people like personally.
no.
I just find that it's I'm tired of seeing these things
Yeah.
on my feed of fake news is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it is
That's
fake
what it is
news.
at the end of the
That's
day. It's just fake video game news and speculation. So
yeah, it's just clickbait content which you will waste 10 minutes of your life
it's
by
true.
listening to that. So
Exactly.
I used to watch a lot of content like that whenever like the Switch first was announced and first came
Yeah.
out because there was a lot of oh this gonna come to the Switch and people someone was
Yeah.
talking for like 20 minutes saying practically nothing, having no like actual facts, and they were just like and I was like eating like candy. I was like, oh, give me more because I
Yeah.
want more for the Switch. But now I'm at a point where I'm just like I have so much video games. Like if something doesn't come out,
I know.
I'm good. Like I have other games to play. Like I'm gonna find something to stream in my library, and I'm gonna. That's how I take. I can like play my backlogs through streaming. You know, so I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm gonna take something that I wanted to play, and that's it. So it doesn't really bother me anymore that we don't get like I don't know like Wind Waker for the Switch for the Switch.
Yeah, like
I,
right away.
yeah, right away. Like I
Yeah.
can wait. It's okay. Like
Yeah. Me too.
So yeah.
Yeah. No. Just stop making fake news videos, guys.
Yeah,
That's all I
stop
want.
making
That's all
bad
we want.
content.
That's all we're
guys.
asking for. Please, just clear our feeds up.
Yeah.
You know, make our YouTube homepage a little less
Yeah,
crazy.
a little bit nicer, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, before we sign off, how many booms of excitement are you going into 2025? I'm 10 out of 10 booms. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm
10
at
out of 10
8.
booms. I'm way excited.
I think I'm at 8 because, like, I have zero time to play video games. That's the problem. Like, I want to be excited, but at the same time, I'm like, like I have zero time. So for me, being excited to something that I'm probably Metroid Prime 4, I'm gonna play day one, and I'm gonna trip balls. Like it's gonna be crazy. But other than that, if it's not a new Zelda game or a new Mario game, I'm not gonna probably not gonna buy it or play it. I'm at that point in my life where I'm just like, I'd rather just wait until it goes on sale. So I would say 8 because I'm pretty excited about the Switch 2 overall because it's gonna be a new toy to play with and make content out of it. Not gonna lie, like having the Switch 2 in the hands and like unboxing it, it's gonna be amazing to make content about. Like that's for sure. But yeah, it's more to the content side that I'm more excited right now than
Yeah, I think anytime a new console comes out, it's exciting. So there's always going to be a buzz. There's always going to be a ton of conversations and stuff. So I think it's going to be really exciting.
It's gonna be nice.
So yeah, I'm just ready for it to happen. Just show it to us in January. Let's get it over with.
Well, let's do some reaction trailer to it. Like just
exactly. So when we check back in a couple weeks, we'll see what information we get. The big thing, we're recording this before Christmas.
Yeah.
Does that guy have the actual Switch 2?
Yeah.
We'll find out next time.
Let's find out
We'll find
next
out
time.
next time.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if he was telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that
We'll
guy on
see.
Reddit, if he's telling the truth.
But yeah, I think this episode is gonna release on Christmas Day, or not Christmas Day, but like in that
In that time.
time frame. I know our
So
first
we'll see.
episode is coming out this Tuesday, probably.
So exciting.
Yeah, you're gonna see a shift of a quality of overlay too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The first episode to the next one. It is
Yeah.
exciting.
yeah,
See how we ended up going with it. So
yeah. And we're gonna try to improve on our experience for you to watch, especially on YouTube. Over on the other platforms, you might not see the video that we post, but yeah, we're cooking.
we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
We'll check back in a couple weeks and we'll see where we've all kind of gone from there. See what kind of video game news we got at the start of 2025. Thank you everybody so much. Benduzo, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me over at the YouTube, and on Twitch right now. I have a TikTok account too, but it's my name, Benduzo, right here. No, actually, it's on the overlay, but yeah, you can find me over on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok if it's not banned over the next year. How about you, Juice? Where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok at JuiceBar Gaming, and you can also find the No Continues Pod on TikTok as well.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for paying. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you guys in the new year, hopefully with some more Switch 2 things. This has been No Continues. I'm Juice. I'm joined, of course, by Benduzo. We will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.